Fairgrounds USA, countyfairgrounds.net. Welcome to today's podcast.
Hi, I have Alicia Schultz with me on the line. She's Director of Marketing and Public Relations from the Ohio State Fair, which is about to open, I think, July 24th, and it runs a full 10 days. And I looked at the website, and I cannot believe what you have going on at this fair in 10 days. So let me ask you a question first. How many entrances do you have?
Entrances. There's probably about 10 different points of entry, gates that you could get into the fair.
Okay. That's the first question. Let's just pretend that I'm nobody that knows anything about this fairgrounds, and I'm coming to it like the first time. So where do you park? Okay, what's the best, what gate is good for seniors and stuff like that?
Sure. So the Ohio State Fair is located just north of downtown Columbus, the capital of Ohio, and we're located right off of I-71. And so when you're getting off of 71, you'd get off at 17th Avenue, exit 111, and follow the signs for the parking. And so we are a 360-acre campus, so there's quite a bit of parking, and you would be directed to those parking areas. Most of the individuals who visit the fair do come in from our main parking gate and the cardinal entrance. I know you asked about how many points of entry there are, but this one particular gate, probably about 80% of the guests come in there. And we do get a lot of guests who come in pedestrian gate from the south side of our grounds off of 11th Avenue. But we do have different days for many different types of specials. I will say the day that is Senior Day, when we have a discount for seniors, is Tuesday, July 30th, and seniors can get in for $4. There's a lot of different activities going on that day, including a Well Beyond 60 Expo hosted by the Ohio Department of Aging, and they do some fall demonstrations and have some great resources. And as well, we have a free concert in our air-conditioned 10,000-seat concert venue, the Celeste Center, named for a former Ohio governor. And that concert is at 1 p.m. that day, Tuesday, July 30th, and it's a John Denver tribute featuring Ted Vigil. And so it's absolutely free, no tickets required, and it's a good day to come in and get away from the heat, enjoy a little music, and then get it back out and see some of your favorite exhibits at the fair.
Do you know what your attendance is, approximately?
Yeah, it's usually around 900,000 a year. It kind of varies a little bit here and there, but tends to be around that point.
Okay. I have to admit, I was really impressed with your website. You have something on a website that I haven't seen before. So it has like a few main points, and then they click on this thing, and then there's a map. So like you have like a fair food, and you can click on the fair food. Do you know how many food vendors you have by any chance?
Yeah, thank you so much for the nice compliment. You know, we actually built out that in our website as a custom app a few years ago. We used to have an app you could download, and instead we thought, you know what, so many people are just going straight to our website. Let's see if we can get a developer to build this out. And so it does help because, to answer your question, we have 195 different food vendors and a lot of different options here, including 32 different items on a stick and dozens of things that are deep fried. And whether someone's looking for that particular item that maybe they saw on the news that they really want to find, or they're searching for something that's compatible with their gluten-free diet or dairy-free diet, they can use that function on our website to find the right option for them.
Okay. Well, when the people come into the gate, do they get like a map handed to them or something?
We don't have people who stand right there and hand maps to them. We do have these guest information services booths that are located right once you get inside the main gates. And so you could kind of opt in and go over there and grab a map. I will say, more and more people are using it on their phone as well. So we do have daily maps available once you arrive, but a lot of people just choose to do it on their phone. So it tends to be based on their personal preference. But we also have some of those guest information services booths located throughout the grounds. So if you get in the middle of the grounds and you get a little turned around, or you want to know where the nearest restroom is, you can find someone to help point you in the right direction and show you on the map and schedule where that's located.
most people these days can certainly use cell phones and the internet. There are still some that can't. Okay, so I did notice one of the nice things about your front page is that when you click on those links, they can also post information to Facebook, Twitter, email, or even text it, which is darn cool. I've never seen that before because a lot of people sometimes just use text and other people, use email. So that's kind of really cool. Okay, so the other thing that I would ask coming new to your fairgrounds, because I'm a woman and interested in things like this, arts and crafts building?
Yeah, so we actually have most of our arts and crafts are housed in our newest building that was just built in 2016. It's a 100,000 square foot building called Kasich Hall, and that is where all of our quilts and our culinary exhibits and the hands-on crafting demonstrations, and there's some cooking demonstrations and photography exhibits. A lot of that happens there. In addition, however, we do have our Cox Fine Arts Center, which houses more than 300 works of art. It's one of the largest juried art shows in the country, and it's the most moneyed juried art show in Ohio with the most financial payouts. So we do have more than 1,000 professional and amateur artists every single year enter, and it's a very selective process to be one of those 300 works of art that's included there. So there are 3D sculptures, paintings, photos, mixed media art. There's a lot of different things, and it's truly like visiting a gallery in the middle of the fair. It's wonderful.
Okay. All right, let's go back to the children. Families are always interested in what there is for children under 12 to do, and sometimes, they're quite a handful. So where would you suggest they start?
There are a lot of different things to do for children at the fair, and I think a lot of these things can be done at many fairs. We have a Kiddieland area for the rides, where a lot of the rides are focused on children and families, and so there's the ones that have the lower height requirements there. And we also, in that same area, have some different fun attractions that are for kids. One of the things that I think is the most popular at our fair and comes back year after year are the pig races, where you can watch pigs race. And we also have a free petting zoo in that area, and it's nearby the OVMA Veterinary Education Pavilion that we have, where you can milk a real cow. But one of the things that families absolutely love when they come to the Ohio State Fair is our 8-acre natural resources park. Actually, due to the quantity and species of trees there, it's designated as a level 2 arboretum. So there's a lot of shade. There's a 14-foot-tall animatronic talking Smokey Bear that will greet you by name and speak with you. There's a fishing pond where you can fish for free, and in fact, you can take your fish over, learn how to fillet it, wrap it up, take it home, and cook it for dinner. And you can even get in a kayak and learn how to properly secure your life vest and actually kayak here at the fair in a kayak pond, hop on a watercraft simulator, a kind of jet ski type thing, walk through a butterfly garden where you can see chrysalis hatching and turning into butterflies, learn about different Ohio wildlife, and visit an aviary. So that's all in just a small 8-acre oasis of the fair and natural resources park.
You have a fair mascot, right?
We do. We have a mascot, Butters D. Cow. It is a cow mascot, and on his 10th birthday, a handful of years ago, we did a Facebook competition to rename him, and he was renamed Butters, kind of an homage to our famed butter cow and calf. I know many fairs have butter sculptures, and the butter cow and calf have been a tradition at the Ohio State Fair since 1903.
Okay. All right, well, that brings me up to your entertainment. You want to tell me about the different stages that you have?
Yeah, we have a few different stages and entertainment areas located throughout the grounds. So in addition to the 10,000-seat concert venue I mentioned earlier, our Celeste Center, that's where our paid concerts take place. We do not have an outdoor grandstand. We do have 2 outdoor stages, the Main Street stage, where we have some different free concerts, new live music every single day, including some bigger name acts, as well as local up-and-comers from here in Ohio. and hypnotist shows that are every single day, and a couple of different stage shows on the Main Street stage. We have the gazebo stage, and on that we tend to have more acoustic performances. We have some wonderful a cappella performers called Casual who perform throughout the fair, and then there's different entertainers who take the stage each day, whether it's a juggler or a magician. We have a lot going on there. And then in that Natural Resources Park I mentioned earlier, there is an amphitheater, and there are stage shows there throughout the day as well. One of the most popular is the Lumberjack Show, in which lumberjacks throw axes, do log rolling, carve some sculptures, that type of thing. And there is a Retriever Dog Show where you can see retriever dogs in action jumping into the kind of pond moat that surrounds the amphitheater and actually retrieving items. So it's a really fun educational show.
I noticed you have camel rides. I've not seen that before. That's different.
Yeah, we've had camel rides, for probably about 4 or 5 years now, and it's something fun that people definitely don't get to do every day. And we work with a really wonderful partner who we work with who cares for the camels and the petting zoo and the pony rides and the pig races, and they bring those all in. It's called Show Me Safari out of Missouri.
Okay. All right. So your evening entertainment, you want to tell me a little bit about some of your evening acts?
Yeah. So in our Celeste Center, one of the things that we try to do is always make sure we have something for everyone. So there are different genres sprinkled throughout the fair. So this year we have Kids Bop. It's a group of kids who perform top songs with some modified lyrics, and kids and families absolutely go wild for it. In fact, this is the 3rd consecutive year that we're bringing that show back because it's been so popular. We have a few different country musicians, Chris Young performing one night, Hank Williams Jr., and Toby Keith with Jimmy Allen another night. We have a couple of different R&B shows. We have Life Jennings, Shantae Moore, and Carl Thomas performing one evening, as well as a co-headline show with the SOS Band and Midnight Star another night. Gabriel Iglesias, the comedian, is back this year. We've had him perform in the past, and he's always incredibly popular. We have a Christian show, Matthew West, with special guest Matt Maher. And we have a couple of classic rock shows, REO Speedwagon with special guest Night Ranger, and Bad Company with special guest Foghat. And then we have a 60s tribute, the Happy Together Tour. It includes the Turtles, Chuck Negron, formerly of Three Dog Night, Gary Puckett and the Union Gap, the Buckinghams, the Classics 4, and the Cowsills. So we have different concerts every day of the fair.
Okay. Are the fees for getting into the concert included with your gate admission?
Yes, so if you purchase a concert ticket in advance, it does include fair admission, and so that allows you to come and visit the fair and, try some of that food early. It's really a good benefit.
Okay, I also know that the Ohio State Fairgrounds hosts a lot of events during the year. So do you know what is coming up after the fair?
We have a lot of different events that come up after the fair. One of the ones that's probably in the most quick succession after the fair, after we kind of wrap everything up in August, we do have the German Village Oktoberfest that comes to a few of our historic pavilions. Our grounds are home to many different types of buildings, but we do still have some pavilions that were built in the late 1800s and early 1900s. And so an authentic German Oktoberfest is hosted in September. And then we're also home to the world's largest single-breed horse show, the All-American Quarter Horse Congress, which is going on pretty much the entire month of October. But over the course of the year, we have about 200 different events that are hosted at our facility.
Okay, well, I have to ask you one more question, and this is a little personal. What's your favorite fair food?
My favorite is always the fried cheese on a stick. And I have a very particular type of cheese that I like. I like the cornbread batter versus the other pancake-style batter like a Pronto Pup. So I highly recommend the fried cheese.
Okay, sounds like a great time. Does the fair have a theme this year?
It does not have a theme. We stopped kind of naming a theme a few years ago, but it does have lots of fun things for everyone to do, and so we hope they'll come out and enjoy it.
I bet they will. Thank you very much, Alicia. I enjoyed talking to you.
Thanks, Karen.
Bye-bye.
Bye.